Hi, I am Pep Roger, and today I will be introducing you to ratio. In this video, you will learn what is ratio and learn how to work 3 examples of ratio questions. What is ratio? In mathematics, a ratio is a relationship between two quantities. For example, in this box we have oranges, and in this box we have lemons. In the box with the oranges, there are 8 oranges, and in the box that contains the lemons, there are 6 lemons. Then the ratio of oranges to lemons is 8 to 6. This is written like this: 8 colon 6. In this case, the colon stands just like the two. So it's 8 to 6. The reason why there were 8 first is because the oranges were listed first and the lemons were listed second. Whichever number is listed first is the first number that is listed in the ratio. Hence we have 8 to 6, which is also equivalent to the ratio 4 to 3. How did we get 4 to 3? All we did was reduce this to its lowest terms. How do you reduce ratios to its lowest terms? You divide by the highest common factor. That is the highest number that can go in both numbers without leaving a remainder. In this case, 2 is the highest common factor. 2 into 8 gives you 4. 2 into 6 gives you 3. Hence, we end up with 4 to 3. Similarly, the ratio of lemons to oranges is 6 to 8. We get the 6 to 8 because in this case we put the lemons before the oranges. And we work the questions and simplify the answer just as we did in the first. Hence we have 3 to 4. 2 into 6 goes 3, 2 into 8 goes 4, and we keep the colon. Now let's move on to an example. Now, what is the ratio of green to blue? This green to this blue. The possible answers are 14 to 6, 7 to 3, 1 to 2, 2 to 1. Now take 5 seconds and see if you can come up with the correct answer. If you haven't came up with the correct answer, let's work this thing together. In this green box here, it is measured 6 horizontally, 14 vertically. So 6 across, 14 up. On the blue box, we have 3 across and 7 up. Now, let's take one of the sides. 6 to 3. So 6 on this side, 3. All we need to do is write 6 to 3. I wrote this here to represent it as a fraction, and I will show you how it is used on the other slide. We also could write 14 to 7. So it could also be written as 14 to 7. This 14 here to this 7. 14 vertical, 7 vertical. And remember, you must be consistent with the sides. So if you write 6 here, you have to use the same sides that correspond with this side, and 6 and 3. If you write 6 and 7 here, you would be incorrect. or if you write 14 and 3 here, you will be incorrect. The sides must be consistent. So 14, 7, that's one answer. 6 and 3, that's the other answer. So this or this. Okay? So it's not this and this. So any which one of these you saw could be the answer. However, when you check the answers that were given to you, you do not see any of the answers that I have shown you over here. No 6 and 3, no 14 and 7. Hence, we have to do something else. Let's see what we are going to do. Good. The reason why the fraction was written, or this was written as a fraction, because we may have to reduce to the lowest term. In this case, to reduce this 6 over 3 to the lowest terms, we look for the highest common factor between both. In this case, it is 3. 3 into 6 goes 2 times. 3 into 3 goes 1 time. Hence, we have the 2 numerator divided by the 1, which can be written, or which should be written, for the purpose of ratio 2 colon 1. 2 to 1. Do you see the answer 2 to 1? Yes. The answer 2 to 1 is here. Or, if we had written 14 over 7, we could still reduce this to the lowest terms. The highest common factor here is 7. 7 can go into 7 and 7 can go into 14 without leaving a remainder. And if we do that division, we will have 7 into 7 goes 1, 7 into 14 goes 2, hence we have 2 to 1. So any of these could be the answer. Or you could work the ratio using any of the sides. So now that we know the answer is 2 to 1, let's go ahead and circle out. Now that we would have finished with this question, we are going on to the other question. But don't forget to subscribe. Now we are going to try another question. A class had 35 students. 21 were girls and the rest are boys. What is the ratio of girls to boys? We have some possible answers here. 35 to 21. Or is it 21 to 35? 2 to 3, or is it 3 to 2? Again, I will give you 5 seconds to see if you can come up with the answer. Let's do the working. There are 35 students. 21 are girls. That means how we are going to find out how many are boys. Boys will be equal to students minus the girls. In this case, 35 students minus 21 girls is equal to 14. So now we know we have 14 boys. Now, as we said before, girls to boys, so you write the girls first. And you write it just as we have it. 21 to 14. Then you look over the answer side with the answer. Do you see 21 to 14 there? No. That simply means we have to do something else with the 21 to 14. Hence, we write it as a fraction first because we are going to do something with it. As usual, the first number represents the numerator. The second number represents the denominator. Hence, we have here 21 over 14. To reduce this to the lowest terms, which is this, what we do is again divide by the highest common factor. In this case, the highest common factor is 7. 7 is the highest number that can go into both 21 and 14 without leaving a remainder. Now let's do the maths. 7 into 21 goes 3 times, and 7 into 14 goes 2 times. Hence we have the 3 over 2. And all we have to do after we have that is write the equal sign and write the numerator first, 3, and the denominator second, 2, with the colon splitting them. Hence we get 3 to 2. And notice, because the girls were first and the girls were more, that's why the one with the highest number, 3, is before 2. So we go over to our multiple choice answers and see if we have the correct answer there. In this case, the correct answer is 3 to 2 as was seen here. Now what we do is just circle the correct answer. So we circle the correct answer. Okay, you can stop the video and go again and look over the answers and look over the narration and see if you can understand what I have just said. If you like this video, please subscribe. However, before you go, we are going to work one more question. Let's work question number 3. You should realize by now that each question, the level of difficulty is raised. A farmer raises cows and goats for a living. He has a total of 400 animals. 3/8 of the animals are cows. What is the ratio of cows to goats? I also gave you 4 possible answers. A. 5 to 3. B. 3 to 5. C. 3 to 8. D. 8 to 3. Now take 5 seconds and see if you could come up with the answer. If you have not yet came up with the answer, let's work the question together. Total animals 400. Total animals 400. Cows is equal to 3/8 times 400. Cows, 3/8 of the animals are cows. What we do is simplify this equation to its lowest terms. Hence, 8 into 8 goes 1, 8 into 400 goes 50. There's nothing else to simplify. 3 over 1, 8, 1, the 3 remains the same, the 400 is all cancelled out to 50, the 1 remains the same. Good. Now let's do the multiplication. We multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. Hence we get 3 multiplied by 50 equal 150. 1 multiplied by 1 equal 1. 150 over 1 is equal to 150. Any number over 1 is equal to that same number. Hence we get the 150 here. So now we know we have 150 cows. Goat. Goat is equal to animals minus cows. 400 animals, as we would have known, minus 150 cows. That is equal to 250. Hence, we have number of cows, number of goats. We can go ahead and write our ratio. Cows are represented first with 150 to goat, which is second. So 150 colon 250. And that is the start of your answer. This is a correct answer But let us check out the answer that were given to us and see if it's there. No, 5 over 3, 3 over 5, 3 over 8, no 150 over 250. Hence, we know we have to reduce this to its lowest terms. Hence, we write it like the fraction. 150 numerator, 250 denominator. Usually, we would divide by the highest common factor. But I decided in this case to do things a bit easier. Because each number ends with 0, and we should know that any number that ends with 0 can be divided by 10 without a remainder. And we know that when you divide a number by 10, you take 1 0 from that number. So for example, 150 divided by 10, you just move the 0 because 10 only have 1 0. 250 divided by 10, you remove 1 0. If it was 100, you would move the decimal place 2 times, but because it is 10, you move the decimal place 1 time. That's how you eliminate the 0. You move the decimal place 1 time and you eliminate the 0. Hence, you end up with 15 over 25. Do we see 15 to 25 here? No. So we know we have to reduce it again. Now, any number that ends with 5 or 0 can be divided by 5 without leaving a remainder. So, since each number ends with 5, that means we know they can be divided by 5. And as I said to you, we are going the easiest route. 5 into 15 goes 3, 5 into 25 goes 5. Hence, we write as a ratio the numerator first, 3 to 5, which is the denominator second. Hence, we have 3 to 5. And as we would have seen here, the cows were less than the goats. Cows were less than the goats. Hence, we write the cow first, which is the less one in this case, to goat. Now, do we have 3 to 5 over here? Yes, we have 3 to 5. So we go ahead and circle our correct answer. So, thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe.